Hello, Justin.
What's up?
I'm fine. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Did you see me?
No, I can't see
Oh,
you. Oh, there
sorry.
we go.
Hello.
Perfect.
Let's
How's it
start.
going? Yeah.
Okay. Uh, 1 minute. Hey,
Okay.
Justin.
Yeah.
Could you introduce yourself in to our listeners and tell about yourself in some words?
Yeah, absolutely. So I just graduated college from the University of Texas. Or I guess I should start with my name is Justin. I currently work for Quai Network, and I just graduated college at the University of Texas. I actually got my degree in aerospace engineering, and then kind of randomly got a job with Quai, which is completely unrelated to anything about building rockets or anything of that sort. But now I'm here, and I'm working on helping everybody scale blockchains. So
Thanks for your answer. Um, we listened Mark's stories about how he got acquainted with cryptocurrency. It would be really interesting to hear your story too.
yeah, absolutely. So unlike Max, he was kind of there in the very early days. I'm a more recent intro into the crypto space. Actually, Cole, one of our other coworkers, back in it was like end of last year, kind of right around November, had a long chat with me about how he was doing all of these things in crypto, and I kind of took it and ran with it, and ended up doing a bunch of research and just kind of throwing money into stupid coins, and kind of got really into the space, and then started doing some coding around it and got more into like the actual knowing the blockchains rather than messing around with shit coins, and now I'm here.
And if I understand you right, you start some from trading, yes?
Yeah.
I think it's a really good story because lots of people who came to cryptocurrency, he started from trading.
Yeah, absolutely.
Me too, yes. But in first time, I thought that it's really easy to earn
Hmm.
money, but in some months, maybe years, you understand that it's really difficult.
Yes,
It's very
absolutely.
hard.
Yes, very, very much so. It's been it's been an up and down road.
Yeah, it's trading. Who start from trading? It's a true story, true life
Yeah,
story. Yes.
exactly.
Okay, and since we're talking about your past, could you remember how the idea to create Quai Network organized?
Uh,
Maybe on Saturday night you were sitting in a pub drinking beer and and one of these idea come into the heads, or you're walking anywhere and can you tell about it?
yeah, so I actually wasn't one of the ones that came up with the idea for Quai Network, but I can give you a little bit insight as to how Carl and Alan came up with it. I know that Carl was probably out drinking beers, doing something in a different state of mind, and had a bit of a realization as to I don't know what he was doing, but he was doing some thinking and had bit of a realization as to how he thought that blockchain should be made. And then he spent the next 8, 9 months pondering and thinking and trying to figure this whole thing out in his head. And then eventually got together with some of the rest of our team and some of the guys at the research lab and wrote a research paper about it. And that was probably 2017, 2018. And now it's kind of grown into this full-blown project that just started from some random thoughts that Carl had.
I It's really interesting for me and our listeners because lots of people ask us, as you can see in chat,
Yeah.
what do you need to do if you want to create your project, your own
Mm-hmm.
project? Yes, and that's why I think that it's really cool to ask you how it would organize
Yeah.
because. As we know all that a lot of good ideas came into our head when we do some crazy things, maybe, yes, and that's
Absolutely.
why, yes, that's
Yeah,
why I want
very
to
much
ask
so.
about it.
Mhm.
And can you also told what is Quai Network for you and your role in the project?
Yeah, absolutely. To start with, I'll start with my role. So I actually started as part of the marketing team, and then I've kind of graduated on to do a lot of software development. So I do some web development, and I think we'll get to that later with the dashboard. But Quai to me means um, let me think about this. Quai is giving the power, like to me, Quai means giving the power back to the small man. It's allowing us to kind of rid ourselves of some of the overreaches of the government and world politics and everything like that. It's allowing us to take ownership of our lives and our money, and I think that's a very powerful kind of movement that the entire blockchain industry is heading towards. But I think that Quai is kind of spearheading that in a different way, if that makes sense.
And can you tell me, may I understand, if I understand you right, uh, I want to tell that Quai Network is a meaning of your life, something, yes?
Um, I would say Quai Network is the meaning of our founders' lives, but it's an incredibly large part of mine.
Yeah, it's cool because I know that when you start doing something in process, you start love more
Yeah,
and more. Yes, and
absolutely.
uh, as we know now, your team and all community are in the beginning of this
Yeah.
big journey. Yes, and that's why I think until my net. You you may laugh quite as like Alan or Carl.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I love coming into work every day. I love the things that I get to work on, and it's definitely I'm a huge part of my life, and I love doing what I do.
It's really cool
Yeah.
because I can't say the same about my work. My work is not so good. That's why I don't tell about it. And
Yeah.
okay, Justin, and can you tell? Can you answer on one question?
Mhm.
As far as I know, you are one of developers of dashboard. Yes, it's
Yes,
true.
I am.
Yes, and many of our community remember when we check the rewards through a bot in Discord.
Yeah.
But at one point, your announcement the development of dashboard. Could you tell us how you came up with this idea and why?
Mhm. So there was a couple things. The first thing is Discord is relatively inefficient, and we run into a lot of software issues when we're trying to send you guys messages in Discord through a bot. Discord doesn't like us sending a lot of messages, which is kind of annoying sometimes. So that was one of the big parts of it. But we also got a lot of help from you guys as our mods and showing us kind of the different ways that other programs did things, like a lot like Kive and a couple of other things. So a lot of the meetings that we had with you guys about the dashboard were like really where those ideas came from. And you guys have really helped shape the dashboard and shape why we wanted to do it, is we wanted to make an easy interface for everyone to be able to use rather than have to use some clunky bot in Discord.
Yes, dashboard is really cool. I
Mhm.
want to tell that our mods, yes, and ambassadors try to use it now in test mode, and
Yeah,
it's really easy to use and it's perfect.
sweet.
It's
I'm glad
really
you guys like
it's
it.
really true. And
Yeah.
what are the prospects for dashboard? Is it needed only for testnet, or you are planning to integrate it into PostMyNet?
Yeah. So a couple of the features will stay post mainnet, a couple of them will go away. And so the big one is the social media rewards is going to last up until kind of around mainnet. We're not too sure on the date that we're stopping that, but that'll be cut out. But we're going to be adding new features such as the wallet, the network stats page. We're potentially adding a swap, which will all persist through mainnet. So we'll have the dashboard around. It may look a little bit different and a little bit reconfigured, but it'll be around.
And it's good, and as I understand you right, dashboard will upgrade. For example, after Iron Age, it may be upgrade, yes, and after other all stages, and after Postman.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's really cool to test, and it let's move on the final question, if you don't mind. Okay. I believe that my interviews will be able to inspire someone to create something big, perhaps their own project on Quai Network, so that you can advise to these people.
Yeah. So I'm actually starting to build something of my own. So the advice that I would give and kind of the inspiration that I would give is this is a brand new ecosystem. There are so many things that we need built. There's so many opportunities to build a really cool project. And so everyone can build something that's going to be useful, that's going to be used by hundreds of thousands of people. So it's really about like inspiring to me to be able to build a product that people will actually use. And then on the second part, we're putting out all kinds of documentation. I'm writing a lot of it so that you guys can build your own dApps. You guys can understand what we're doing here and start building some stuff of your own. So I'd suggest anybody who's even remotely interested in building something, go check out our docs, message me on Discord, and I'm happy to like help with any part of the project building cycle.
Sounds good, because a lot of people want to create smart contracts, yes, and be developers, and lots of them don't know how they can do it. Maybe guys, will you create some guides about it, or something like that?
So if you want, I can work on putting something together, kind of just like how to learn how to build a project, some kind of basic resources, as well as links to like how to build a project specifically for Quai. I've learned a lot over the past 6-7 months about how to build projects, smart contracts, all kinds of stuff like that. So I can definitely work with you guys to like offer up some resources.
When I hear all information, I don't understand anything in it, in the PoWs, yes, and development. But I want to try create. If you send some links to our community, I understand that lots of people may be afraid to ask something, but they want to try. And if you send, we always do it. We'll try to do it.
I can definitely set some stuff up, and anybody who wants to ask a question, I'm always here to answer it. I'm always happy to help anybody who's trying to learn. So send everybody to me.
And one of the best thing in Quai Network is for me, yes, and I think a lot of community members think so, that community always communicate with other community members. For example, try to help each other and create something for to make community life better. For example, yes, like quests and other things. And as you know, before people may get a citizen role, yes, only reach third level in Discord. And now they can get the role through quiz. And this idea is the best, because lots of people may knew some may new information, yes, about Quai. Because
it allows them. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No.
I was just saying, I think it's really cool that we have a system set up that encourages people to learn rather than try and game the system. We really just want people to learn in our Discord and be a part of our community.
Yes, it's really good. It's really good. And I want to tell you thanks for the interview.
Thanks for having me.
It was nice to talk. Bye bye.